The three things I wish I knew at 18. Seems like a long time ago that I was 18. I'm 25 right now, about to be 26. Some people are calling me Unc right now. I'm only 25. I don't think I'm Unc. Anyway, three things I wish I knew at 18, that if I could tell my 18-year-old self something. The first thing I would tell myself at 18 is stay in the gym, bro. Like, I'm locked in now in the gym, but imagine if I had started and stayed in the gym at 18 to now. If I was 18, bro, and I stayed locked in, the amount of progress I would have seen from 18 to 25 is basically, it would have been crazy. It would have been crazy. The reason why I say stay in the gym is not just to look good, right? When you are locked into the gym, you have more discipline, right? You are focused on a goal. You show up even when you don't want to show up. There's so much that comes with working out, and if you start that early and lock into that early, it'll help you for years to come, bro. Like, it'll literally help you for years to come. So that's like the main thing. That's probably like personally, that's my number one. Stay in the gym. Lock in, reach those goals, always find new goals to reach. Stay disciplined, but lock in, bro. Work out, stay fit. Whether it's trying to be lean, trying to bulk, if you're a skinny guy, lock in, because it'll help you later on. You know what I'm saying? You won't be starting from scratch. You know what I'm saying? There's no rush on it, but if you start early, you'll trust me. Look, I might tell a joke, but I won't tell a lie. Stay in the gym. That's all I'm gonna say. The second thing that I think is important, I was somebody who was kind of pushed into going to college, right? And that's just because I come from a Caribbean household. College is important. Do not get me wrong. It is one of the, actually these days, I wouldn't even say that it's the best option, because if you're not going into like engineering, the medical field, law, there's certain degrees that you go and get that you need college for, like 100%. But a lot of degrees will lead you to being a teacher. No shade on if you're a teacher, but I do have a lot of friends who, and you know what I'm saying, there's no shade to it, because at the end of the day, we need teachers who actually care. We need teachers. The school system is already low on teachers as is, so somebody got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to teach. And if you love kids, if that's like a passion of yours, I have a friend and that's a passion of hers, go ahead. But going back to what I was saying now, right? When you go to college, make sure you choose a degree that you see yourself getting a job at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? And then if you don't want to go to college, if that's not something that's on your mind, because I personally wish that I knew more things and more options before I went to college. If you know what I mean, like trades. Trade school was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Barber school. If I'm a barber now, but if I knew back then, I probably would have tried to go to barber school. I probably would have tried to do that earlier and kind of like solidify myself in the game a little earlier if I had knew. So there's a lot of other opportunities that you can have at 18 besides just going straight to college. And if you do go to college, you know what I'm saying? If you do go to college, you don't have to run to the big university. That was another thing that I did. I ran to that big university. I wanted that freedom. I wanted that dorm life. So I went straight to UCF. Left the house, peace out mom, went straight to UCF, right? And that's cool and all, but it costs, yo. It costs to go straight to the university, especially if you don't got no scholarships. So then you got to take out some loans, you know what I'm saying? And then it's a whole cycle. It's a college trap, you know what I'm saying? That's why you need to have, if you're going to do it, have a plan. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but if you're going to do it, have a plan. If you want to save some cheese, go to the community college first. Go to the community college first and then go to a university, transfer after like a year or two. You can do that. I done seen a lot of people do it. Trade schools, college, and just being an entrepreneur. When you're young, you have more time to fail at entrepreneurship. You can start a business, fail. You can have 4 businesses by the time you're like 21, 22, if you really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? One of them might take off. You never know. So there's different routes you can take at 18. And I feel like the best advice would be to kind of open your mind to other possibilities, explore, learn everything that you can, read about everything that you can, ask questions, you know, find a mentor, All those things will help you in the future. The third thing kind of aligns with the second thing, you guys. I would say find a skill. Find a tangible skill, something that you can do with your hands, and actually learn how to do that. Because then you will never be without opportunity. Do you know what I'm saying? You'll never be without opportunity. You can always make money. You can always figure something out. If you dug yourself in a hole, you can always kind of get out of it. And I learned that with just being a barber. I can always, no matter what, this is a skill that I have that nobody can take away from me. You can get fired from a job, but if you have a skill, you can always go and start another job. You know what I'm saying? A regular job, somebody above you can fire you, and that's it. I done been fired a couple times. Once they fire you, that's it. You know what I'm saying? But with a tangible skill, whether that's being a barber, being a lash tech, being a braider, videography, you're a photographer. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different avenues. You know how to lay tile. You're good at yard work. You're good at washing cars. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's tangible. You're a good detailer. Anything that's tangible is a great skill to have. Learn a skill. Learn a skill, and it could take you further than you think it can. And you have control over that skill. Nobody can take it away from you. You can charge what you want to charge based on your skills. If you become an expert in that, you can teach other people how to do that skill. You see what I'm saying? So the earlier that you start, especially at 18, the earlier that you start to learn a specific skill is the better off you'll be in the future. Those are my 3 things I probably would tell myself if I was 18 again.